Hey everyone, with Reckoning literally right around the corner, 2 days from release at the time of me recording, hopefully it'll be out before it actually releases. I feel it's time for a load of different updates for the channel because I feel like everything is very much in a transitionary period right now, and so I feel like it's a lot better to be transparent with you lot. So the first thing I want to talk about, and as many of you have noticed on my videos, I have a new commentator on the channel called Bob, and he's going to be helping out a lot. He won't be within the majority of the content, maybe 20% ish. However, this is going to help me out a ton because it's very difficult covering Call of Duty news, as surprising as that may be to some. They have rigorous marketing schedules, and this means when I'm trying to plan for a holiday, or if I'm interrupted by something and I cannot cover something immediately as it breaks, Bob can be really beneficial in helping out, and it just means that I can get a lot more content out on the channel in having that help. And that's kind of the reason why I wanted to make this video as well, because it's partially inspired by Milo's video that he did recently. Basically, the channel is starting to get to a position now where I need a lot more help. I've been making zombies content now for literally over 10 years, which is absolutely insane to say. I really didn't think 10 years ago I would still be here making similar content, and the channel's changed and evolved over the years. But to really take it to that next height, I need to start getting and onboarding a lot more help so that I can improve the quality of my content and also the quantity, because I can only do so much as one person, and these videos take an immense amount of effort. You just cannot even believe how much goes on behind the scenes to get content out. So Bob is going to be really beneficial with that. I know it's going to take some getting used to for those of you lot who click on the channel and are just expecting to hear my voice and my perspective, and I assume most of you will probably want to hear my perspective more. So I'm going to be getting Bob on for videos in which I have scripted, so it's pretty much all of my thoughts anyways, or for guides or tutorials, or for just short little news updates where there isn't really too much to be said. For example, he covered a few of the Reckoning teasers, but there wasn't really much to break down for them. Yes, I probably would have gone more in depth if I had done them myself. However, this is a great workaround because I had family visiting, so I just couldn't cover them even if I wanted to. And the other day he covered the intel drop that they posted for Reckoning, and once again I was having mechanics around at the house to sort some problems, so I couldn't actually cover it myself. So he's going to be a great addition, but yeah, please be kind to him. I know, some of you are going to be a little bit frustrated, and that's understandable. However, try and temper your expectations, or not expectations, how harsh your comments are, because we don't want to take things too far. And be constructive if you have any constructive feedback. Of course, I'll be constantly giving him feedback and stuff as well. So that's the first update I have. Bob is going to be helping out with commentaries, and for the Reckoning's release, obviously there's going to be a lot to cover, especially when the Black Ops 7 reveal is going to be happening very soon after. So Bob is going to be covering about 20% of the guides. I'm still going to be doing the vast majority of them. However, I've really started to struggle in covering each DLC map the more that I have released, and it requires staying up for insane periods of time and pumping out like 100 videos in a week or something insane, and it's very difficult doing that on my own. And I'm starting to get health implications and complications every time a new map releases. And as I get older, I've been making zombies content for so long now, I can't keep the same routine. I have to be evolving and trying to figure out a way that can improve my health and workflow as well. And I think getting Bob on board is a very good thing for that. And that comes on to the second topic that I want to talk about, is that you will have seen I posted about it on the community post recently. I am in the process of getting some new editors on board to help out with the channel. So you should be seeing some videos from them soon. And yeah, that's going to make covering map releases a lot easier, and the general videos that I make just a lot easier, because I obviously cannot edit this amount of content just on my own. So this is a big help, and it's only going to mean bigger and better content for you. And some editors I may get on board maybe a lot better editors than I even, so it's only going to mean you're getting even better stuff, whilst I'll be providing all of the direction and stuff still. So that's the second second thing I want to talk about. And then the third thing I want to say is I have made a Patreon and Cameo account recently, which will be both linked in the description. As I've talked about in recent videos, Call of Duty Zombies especially is very tumultuous. It goes through periods where the interest is so high. Black Ops 6 Zombies on release was so high, the channel was doing great, whereas right now, the channel's doing extremely poorly. We're getting like, you know, a fifth of the views, if that, probably less than that. You know, I haven't seen viewership this low. The interest has dropped off a lot. And so in order to maintain the quantity and stability of content, and now that I'm getting help as well to be able to afford to pay everyone, I need to start diversifying my income sources. Otherwise, this is just not going to be sustainable. Now, over on Patreon, like I've said recently, there is an exclusive Discord. I think you only have to pay like $1 or something small like that, slightly more than that. There's an exclusive Discord where you can talk to me and other members from the community, the Zombies community, to share your theories, etc., or whatever the case may be. And for the higher tiers, I will also be doing some exclusive Q&As and some exclusive content, and I'll also be posting some early content in there. I will only be posting early content when it's actually available. Obviously, I'm working on many different videos at once, so some will get ready in advance, whereas, you know, some will be ready the day that I post. So it really depends on the scheduling, but any videos that can go out early, I will put out early on there. The same with YouTube memberships. I'm going to be enabling them early whenever I have videos ready in advance, which is another big benefit to having editors, because many different videos can be getting edited at once, which means that you know, I can be getting videos ready in advance for those exclusive patrons and members. And then on Cameo, I can just do little short messages, birthday wishes, funny Zombies quotes, you know, literally anything. I can't imagine that many people would be interested, but the option's there if you want to do that. So that's the next thing. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is I've also made a brand new channel. As the train goes past, 1 second. And this new channel I'm going to be co-hosting with Bob. So yeah, if you are used to the Bob commentaries, you know what to expect over there. But the channel is called Facts and Fiction. We recently posted the very first video on the channel, and essentially the channel is just going to be pretty much anything interesting or curious about the world, whether it be facts or fiction, hence the channel name. So, you know, we could be talking about conspiracy theories, we could be talking about scientific stuff, we could be talking about philosophy, we could be talking about cryptids, made-up stories, aliens, multiverse theories, quantum physics, whatever the case may be, literally just anything interesting about the world, because I feel like doing Call of Duty Zombies content has really boxed me into a very specific niche. So with this other channel, I want the topics to be as broad as possible so I can cover literally practically anything I'm interested in. So the first video we put out is on 11 historical cover-ups. It's a very interesting video. Bob does the commentary for that one, but I will be doing the commentaries for some of the future ones. It's very well edited, done in documentary style, and yeah, I've had my editor who's also been helping me out on my main channel do that one, and he did a fantastic job. So I'll leave a link to that in the description. I would highly recommend to check it out, and if this is a channel that you think you would be interested in, definitely go ahead and subscribe, because we do need to get to 1,000 subscribers, of course, to be able to monetize the channel and start making money. So it's going to take a little while to grow the channel, but right now we're aiming for about a video a week. Maybe that'll change in the future if the channel starts to grow and become profitable, but that's about the most we can manage right now, and we'll have some shorts and stuff in between the main video releases. But yeah, there'll be random topics. I find that when I'm scrolling on YouTube, you know, it's those crazy topics that I usually click on, things that just pique my interest. And so that's what I'm kind of trying to emulate with the channel, but be more specific and broader. And yeah, I think that channel has mass appeal, whereas I feel like Call of Duty Zombies, there is a very limited bracket that you can reach, a maximum threshold. And I do feel like the channel has plateaued over the years. We're not really growing anymore. You still do very well, especially, you know, for example, when a new game releases. But, you know, there's going to be years where Zombies is not even getting new content with Modern Warfare 4, and maybe Sledgehammer Games' next game. And so, you know, I need to start doing other things. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to be any less active on this channel, like I've just explained, with getting Bob on board, with getting other editors on board. The channel, if anything, is going to have more consistent content than ever before. As you've seen with this year, I've propelled the channel in terms of how much output it's getting to maximum heights. And the lengths and the quality of the content has improved insanely as well. Basically, before Black Ops 6 Zombies came out, I set it as my mission, my target for this game, to just go absolutely as hard as possible, because it's something I wish I did back, you know, during Black Ops 3 or even Black Ops Cold War. I wish I went harder during those years, but at the time I was doing everything so solo everything alone, whereas now I'm starting to diversify, get other people on board helping me out so I can do even more, because I have literally a gazillion ideas. My brain never stops thinking. However, I only have so much time in the day, and so I need additional help to be able to execute all of my ideas from the top of my head. And that's what I've really done with Black Ops 6 Zombies, and I think I've succeeded. And you've seen on the channel I've been getting out way more content than ever before. It's actually insane how much content I've been getting out, and very long pieces of content. I literally posted an almost 10-hour long entire zombie story video. I did that one entirely solo, by the way. I didn't have any help, which is insane. I did the Impossible Easter egg series, and one of them is like an hour and a half long, the other is like 50 minutes, and that's been so much fun. And of course, we've been doing guides on every single Easter egg for every single Black Ops 6 Zombies map. We've been doing videos explaining almost everything storyline wise, and it's just been so much fun. And whilst I do think I've succeeded a lot in my goal for Black Ops 6 Zombies, I don't think the success has quite been there. I think the success was there for the first couple months of release, because excitement was so high for the game. But unfortunately, due to the rushed map releases and the big gap between Shattered Veil and Reckoning, interest has dropped off massively, which is why I need to start doing things like Patreon and other revenue sources when we go through drought periods like this. And Zombies is just so inconsistent. And whilst I'm really hopeful for Black Ops 7 Zombies with the original characters back, I don't know if we're going to be in a similar position this time next year, where interest has just completely died off. And I'm wondering, what next for the channel? What am I going to do now? Because then the next Call of Duty will be Modern Warfare 4, and we won't even have Zombies. And that's why I'm going to slowly be branching out to be doing other channels in the meantime. So yeah, there's a lot to take in this video. Bob helping out on the channel, please be supportive with him. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be doing lots of videos, but he is going to be helping me out when I'm essentially not available, or I'm just too busy with other projects. So that's going to be really beneficial, because I've been doing Zombies content, like I said, for over 10 years. I need to plan holidays. I need to have breaks sometimes. And because, covering Zombies requires just constant attention, I need to constantly be pumping out content to please the algorithms and to be ensuring that you lot are keeping up with the content and not forgetting that the channel even exists. So it makes it that I can't really take breaks, and I need to have commentators essentially so I can take breaks. I need to, this isn't even grass, I need to be able to touch grass literally, because I'm telling you, covering, these DLC launches have been so difficult. The Black Ops 6 Zombies launch was so difficult. And, I've been staying, 48 hours, even longer without sleep sometimes, way longer actually. And that is just so unhealthy. And, the last few DLC launches, you don't realize this behind the scenes, but I was literally dying. I am slowly falling to pieces, literally, as the Shattered Veil Easter egg song. I think that I could manage these long work hours when I was younger, but now I've been doing it for so long, my body just cannot keep up, and I'm doing more content than ever before at the same time, so it's just too difficult. I need to be getting help. I'm still going to be working insanely hard, but I need to be able to get adequate sleep. I can't be doing these insane hours like I've been doing in the past, because I have had some health complications with the last few DLC maps, which I won't get into. And don't worry, it's nothing serious. I think it was just temporary problems whilst I was really overdoing it and pushing myself way too hard. So I'm hoping with Reckoning, I'm not going to push myself as hard. I'm hoping that with additional editors helping out, with Bob helping out, it can be a little bit easier on me and more relaxed. Obviously it's still going to be very intense. These DLC launches are very intense, but hopefully I don't drop dead, literally. And that's essentially the goal. And yeah, other channels as well is a very important thing. Doing the Patreon and Cameo is a very important thing to help diversify income. And speaking of diversifying income, the last thing I want to talk about is I am going to be launching merch soon. I don't know precisely when, and that's why I'm not going to be talking about it too much in this video, but it will be happening at some point. Hopefully around the Black Ops 7 reveal, maybe later on. Be on the lookout for that. I'm trying to do that as well, like I said, to try and stabilize my income, because it goes through peaks and lows depending on the consistency and interest in Zombies, and I can't just be relying on how interesting or how interested people are in Zombies, and that's why I want to do these other channels as well that are not time sensitive, because Zombies content is very time sensitive. When a new game releases, you need to go all in. When a DLC map releases, you need to go all in, but then during these big waits between releases, you're kind of just stuck there like, what do I do? I've been doing past Zombies content on Black Ops 3 Zombies, and a lot of this content was doing very well when I was first doing it a few months ago, getting even more views than my Black Ops 6 6 Zombies content, but now, you know, even the past Zombies content and the Black Ops 6 Zombies content is not doing well. So I think interest in zombies is just really, really low right now. So I need to be doing other things. So yeah, I will write a quick summary in the description and a pinned comment just explaining all of the key features essentially of this video. Bob's on the channel. We have a Patreon and Cameo now if you want to check it out. I'll be launching merch soon. I've got additional editors helping out. And yeah, this is all because it's too unhealthy. How much I work is just way too unhealthy, and I need to start being kinder to myself. And I'm only able to do that through help. And the channel needs to transition to the next stage in its business because, you know, whilst I want to just think about the creative side of things, I also need to think about it from a business perspective to be able to do this as my job. And the only way to do that is by doing these things and taking it to the next level. So we'll have to see where things go from here. My current plans are with Black Ops 7 Zombies, I'm going to go as hard as I possibly can on that game, like I've done with Black Ops 6 Zombies, but maybe scale it a little bit back in terms of just taking it easier on myself and delegating more tasks to editors, commentators, etc. to help me out. Whilst at the same time in the background, I'll be slowly working on other channels like the Facts and Fiction channel, or maybe even some other ones if I come up with them or launch them down the line. And I'll be trying to start up some new income streams as well. And hopefully with the original characters back in Black Ops 7, viewership is a lot more sustainable and it doesn't go through these crazy peaks and troughs. But Zombies has kind of always been like that, so it wouldn't surprise me. And even if Black Ops 7 Zombies does well all year round, like I said, there's going to be a drought period for either a year or two with no new zombies, and during that time, I don't think I'm really that interested in covering DMZ or anything like that, so we'll have to see, but we'll get to it when it comes. But I'm trying to prepare the channel and other channels in advance to prepare, you know, for the worst case scenario that the channel just is really struggling to stay afloat. So yeah, a lot to digest here. Sorry if I'm really rambling, but hopefully this makes everything make a bit more sense. It's very hard to consolidate all of my thoughts, but yeah, big changes coming to the channel. It's in a transition period right now, but yeah, I'll see you with the Reckoning coverage. I'm trying to take things a little bit easier beforehand because in some prior DLCs I went hard even before the map releases, which meant I was already burnt out by the time they released, so it made it even more difficult. So we'll see how this all pans out. Hopefully it all goes well. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of content on the channel from Thursday onwards. I'll be having guides on everything, covering all of the storyline stuff. There probably will be a lot more storyline emphasis on this map because it is a finale and going into Black Ops 7 Zombies. And then we'll start getting teasers probably for Black Ops 7 Zombies shortly after, assuming the original characters get revealed at last. So a lot to talk about. But I'll see you with all that coverage very soon. And hopefully you don't mind the changes to the channel. It will be, like I said, it's going to take some getting used to, but I think we'll get there. You know, it is a learning curve. Bob will get better with time. I will get better at managing all of my editors and everyone with time. It's just going to take literally some time to get there, some shards of Tempest. So I'll see you with all that coverage very soon. Bye.